Hello, welcome back to RetroBreak. I'm a huge fan of being able to play retro games on modern TVs and using modern hardware. So I'm very excited today to share with you guys 5 amazing pieces of retro tech that are coming out this year in 2020 that are going to help you do just that. Let's get started by taking a look at the first thing on my list, the Analogue Pocket. The first time Analogue posted anything about the Analogue Pocket, I just knew it was something I had to pre-order on day one. Basically what it is, it's the perfect Game Boy, which is something that I've been looking for a long time. Of course, I've got a lot of modded Game Boys, I've got all the original systems, but there's still a few things that they can't do, which Analogue Pocket seems to promise to be able to fix. First of all, it's got an amazing new screen, apparently 10 times the resolution of the original, which is just insane. So even when you're right up close, fingers crossed they've got the scaling right, the integer scaling, so the pixels will still be really nice and crisp, but you won't actually be able to see any of the border between the pixels on the screen. If I show you a close-up of the Game Boy or the Game Boy Pocket, you can kind of see what I mean by that. So hopefully it will look completely smooth, like a 4K TV or something, which is going to be amazing. Secondly, the brightness of the screen looks way better than any mod that I've seen so far. It's got a rechargeable battery, it looks really comfy to hold. I do prefer the vertical style of the Game Boy Pocket and the original Game Boy over something like the Game Boy Advance, so that's really good. And it can actually also play Game Boy Advance games as well, so it's not just original Game Boy and Game Boy Color. And they're even going to be coming out with adapters to play other handheld consoles as well, which is amazing. I haven't been able to play Game Gear games for quite a while now, so I'll definitely be picking up the Game Gear adapter for it. And the other amazing thing about this system, there's many amazing things, but I'll put a link to the website in the description so you can go and check it out for yourself. But one more thing I wanted to mention is the fact that it's actually based on FPGA technology and not emulation, so you're guaranteed to have a perfect experience with this, and I literally can't wait for it. And of course I plan to do a big video on it when I get it, so look forward to that. The second thing on this list, and maybe even more exciting than the Analogue Pocket, is the Polymega. This has been a long time coming and it's had its fair share of controversies over the years, but basically the main thing that I'm most excited about the Polymega is the fact that it's the first clone console that lets you play CD-based retro games. So I'm talking TurboGrafx, PC Engine CD, Mega CD, PlayStation 1, even Sega Saturn, which is notoriously difficult to emulate. All of this can be played on one box that can sit under the TV, which just sounds fantastic for my needs. Obviously you can emulate it all on the computer, but I do really enjoy actually using my real collection to play the games. Even though they're running on emulators, it's kind of good to actually insert the actual CD and play it, and fingers crossed it'll work well with the capture card, and then I'll be making some videos about some more CD based consoles in the future, so I can't wait for that. And Polymega are also going to be releasing add-ons so you can play some cartridge based systems, but I probably won't get any of them because I've got the Retro Freak, which still does a fantastic job of playing all the other systems that I could want. So with the Retro Freak and with the Polymega, I think I've got a fantastic set of systems that can play pretty much any console that I'd like to talk about on the channel. So that really will solve the final problem that I've got with the channel, which is being able to record CD-based retro games, so I can't wait for that. Now this next one, I did just say that the Retro Freak plays all of the retro cartridge based games, but there is one that it doesn't play, which hopefully Hyperkin is coming in to fill that gap in 2020. They showed it off last year at I think E3 or maybe CES last year, and we haven't heard anything from them since about this, but they're working on an N64 Clone Console. I think the rights for the N64 cartridges have just expired, so now we should be able to see a few more N64 Clone Consoles entering the market. So I can't wait to see some of them in 2020. Whether it's from Hyperkin or whether it's from a different company, I can't wait to see what people have in store for being able to play the N64 in a modern setting. Of course, there's still some emulation hurdles that they have to overcome. Maybe Analogue have plans to do an FPGA version in the future. I don't know how difficult an FPGA for the N64 would be. I presume it'd be quite complicated considering it's a 64-bit machine, and I think the highest that I've seen FPGAs go up to at the minute is a 32-bit system. But if someone out there is clever enough to make one, I can't wait to see what they do with it. But whether that happens or not, hopefully Hyperkin are still coming out with their N64, and I will probably get it if it works well, and I'll definitely be doing a review and a guide on the channel if I do end up picking one up. So I hope you look forward to that. So there's two more things now, one more retro thing, and then I'm going to finish on one retro inspired thing which looks really, really cool. So I'll start with the retro thing, and that is something that's only coming out in a few months' time. It's the TurboGrafx Mini. As I'm sure you know, I'm a huge fan of these mini consoles. I think they're a fantastic way for people to try out some retro games that they might have missed in their childhoods, all in one little device. And the TurboGrafx Mini looks like it has a fantastic range of games. Just take a look at the games that I've got over the screen now. I'm sure you'll agree there's some absolute classics there. And because the TurboGrafx Mini is a system that not a lot of people grew up with, I think a lot of people will be playing these for the first time, which is just fantastic. I've got most of them, but there's actually a few on there that I don't even have myself, so I can't wait to play it, and hopefully I'll do a video about it when it comes out as well. When it's actually released, I'm actually going to be in Japan. It's released on the 20th of March, I think, which is also my birthday. So I'll definitely be doing a video of the TurboGrafx Mini sometime when I get back from Japan, as well as, of course, all my retro pickups that I picked up while I was there as well, so I hope you look forward to both of them things. And now the final thing on the list, the Playdate, which looks like a really, really interesting new handheld system. It's kind of hard to explain. Basically it's a little handheld device with an e-ink display and a hand crank on the side. And the company that's developing it has actually just opened up their website for developers to go and register interest and maybe get a system early. So I've signed up for a dev kit. Whether I get it or not I don't know yet, but if I do, fingers crossed I'll be able to make a game for it. And I think the actual system itself is going to be open to developers as well. And it just looks like a really interesting and unique system, and I would love to design something for it. But even if I don't get a chance to design something for the system, I'm definitely going to be playing it, and I'm definitely going to be doing a video of it on the channel, so I really hope you look forward to that. So that's 5 really exciting retro and retro related items that are coming out in 2020 that I'm personally really looking forward to. Let me know in the comments down below what you're looking forward to in 2020, and I'll see you next week for the next episode. I've got loads of stuff planned this year, so I really hope you stick around. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye!